folks, today we're going to be doing another one of my photoshopping eyeshadow palettes videos, and I have 3 different palettes that we're going to be looking at today, 2 of which are holiday releases. I think technically they're all holiday releases, but 2 are from like holiday movies that I like to consider myself somewhat of an expert on because I've watched them way too many times. But if you've never seen one of these videos before, I basically grab a couple of palettes, usually 3 or 4, and just kind of edit them the way that I would like. Like in a perfect world, this is what a palette that has this theme and has these colors, you know, like what I would do to change it. Please don't take it personally if you like the palettes that I'm editing. Like if you like it before I edit things, like that's great. Like I'm happy for you. This is just a way for me to like get creative, play around with colors. I'm not saying I'm like great at this, but it's fun. And we get to play around with color. And I get to roast Colourpop most of the time. So that's what we're going to do today. We have 1 Colourpop, we have 1 Makeup Revolution, and then we have 1 Huda Beauty. So let's just get started on the first one. We're going to be looking at the Nightmare Before Christmas palette from Colourpop. When I mentioned the Nightmare Before Christmas manga Cracker Barrel collab, I had no idea that like Southern moms were like really into Nightmare Before Christmas. So like somebody in the comments is like, oh, like you just didn't know. I'm like, I didn't know there was a thing that like Southern moms were really into Nightmare Before Christmas. So I guess some of these things make a little more sense now to me. I just always associated Nightmare Before Christmas with like Hot Topic teens. So we have the Nightmare Before Christmas palette, and I pulled in a couple of actual like Nightmare Before Christmas artwork in there to grab some colors. So it needed a yellow. It obviously needed a yellow because that's a big color, a big part of it. It's like the moon, it's at nighttime. And then this kind of corally color in the corner, I made it more of like a true pumpkin-y orange because that coral didn't make sense. I changed most of the colors in this. So I made this one an orange, and then the blue one I actually made more of a deep blue, a little bit less purpley, because it looked more like nighttime and it fit more of the theme. It looked a lot more like the cover of the movie. I grabbed the color of Sally's hair and switched up this pink to a more kind of hot orangey red. And then I went and I actually made this orange a bit darker on the left here so that they didn't look super similar. And I think it worked out. This top green in the corner, I used Oogie Boogie as inspiration for. And so I grabbed some of that kind of light sea foamy green, put that up there. I was really happy with it. This pink magenta down at the bottom, I needed there to be a red. Like, I needed there to be a red because it's a Christmas movie. Like, it's a Christmas movie. It's a Halloween movie, it's a Christmas movie. There needed to be a red. That's just how it is. And then what else did I do? I think I grabbed, I grabbed the color of Sally's skin, which is this kind of like muted kind of teal color. And I didn't actually stick with this. I made it a bit darker, but I changed this brown to a more kind of grungy sort of teal, which I love as a color. Like that's one of my favorite teal shades. Like if I'm going like a greeny blue, this is one of my favorites. And I really like it a lot. And then I actually decided that I didn't want the yellow to be the matte. So I actually switched up this switched it up to a shimmery kind of yellowy gold, because the matte yellow wasn't speaking to me anymore. Because you know, sometimes you'll like be working on something, you're like, this doesn't tick all the boxes that I wanted. So I made it a more shimmery shade. And then what else did I do? I think I moved some shades around here in a second. Yes, I moved around. What did I do with this? Yes, I moved this around and I made this color down at the bottom just a straight matte black because it has a shimmery kind of, has like a shimmery black, shimmery charcoal black with like hollow glitter in it, kind of multicolored glitter. And I wanted there to be a matte black just to deepen everything up because it makes sense, because while it's a Christmas movie, it's also a Halloween movie, and I wanted there to be a matte black in there. So I'm just shifting things around at this point, and move the kind of teal over there with the blue and the charcoal, and then move the green over. And I think it's definitely like an interesting, weird color story. Would I buy either of them? I don't know, but I feel like this fits much more of the theme, because the one before was just like a pinky purpley one. Like, it didn't really make sense for Nightmare Before Christmas. So I like the new version personally better, but would I need either of them? I don't think so. I really don't. Like I said, I associate Nightmare Before Christmas with Hot Topic teens, and I am not a Hot Topic teen anymore. I am a Hot Topic adult. Thank you very much. Next, we were playing around with the Huda Beauty Rose Quartz palette, and when I saw this one come out, I was like, oh no, she did one of those weird like jelly shades again, where there's like, it looks like there's rocks in it, or like disease. I don't know. I don't like those shades. I think they look kind of weird. So I started out with just darkening up some of the shades because it looked very light. It looked very bland. It looked very, this will work for me and not a lot of other people, especially with the matte shades. Shimmers are a bit more forgiving for like different skin tones, but to have all the mattes be so light, I wasn't a huge fan of. So I darkened up some of them. And so I'm making this one actually a bit more like pinky purple, because the one on the top I kept a really true brown. And I feel like these both turned out really pretty, but like different enough. This one I'm making a bit darker as well. And I'm actually, I think, upping the saturation. No, did I even make it darker? I think I make it darker later. I grabbed a couple pictures of rose quartz and just like started grabbing swatches from it. I do that all the time. If there's one based on a gem, I just literally find photos of the gems. Oh, here's where I darkened it up. But I made that one in the bottom a more kind of corally rose quartz. And then this one in the top right, I actually am very proud of the color that I made because I think it looks actually like rose quartz. I don't know how it does, but it does. Look at that. That looks like fucking... I'm proud of that. I think that looks accurate as hell. And then this one down at the bottom, again, I'm just darkening up these kind of transition shades because they were kind of sad and lackluster. I'm like, why do we need two of these? Let's at least make them a little bit darker, okay? This one, I replaced that weird disease shade and I made it into another pink shade, but like a slightly more purpley pink, to kind of match the one that's in the bottom left. And then I do adjust the pink that's on the far right here to make it warmer so they're not as similar, right here, and then make it a bit more saturated. How's everybody doing today? I'm a day late on my video. This I made darker as well. This one I made darker. I like that shade a lot though. It's super pretty. And then I did do a gradient duochrome shade. This shimmer here in the center right. I wanted to add a duochrome, kind of like a pinky shift, but like a rose to a pink shift, kind of like what I have behind me. Heyo. But I like this new version better. I think the new version I might buy. I might have bought that, but I also feel like I have something that's very similar to that. I've heard the Huda Beauty formulas are really, really good on the shadows, so like not knocking the palette for that reason, but just the colors didn't really like speak to me. And I know not every palette is made for me, so like this is literally just me taking the piss. Next, and last but not least, this is the one that I feel like I have a bit more of an expertise on because I have watched Elf countless times. Buddy the Elf, what's your favorite color? Make work your favorite. There are so many things in my life, like family quotes and stuff and references that are based on Elf. It's ridiculous, actually. So I feel like I'm an expert on this movie. So this Makeup Revolution and Elf palette makes literally no sense. It's the Cotton-Headed Ninny Muggins palette. So I made it smaller because it was way too big and pointless. It didn't need to be that fucking big. I'm like, why? No. There is a green in here, but not nearly enough greens. If you're gonna have a Christmas palette, you need more than one fucking green, okay? I'm sorry. And you need a red. If it's gonna be for Christmas, if it's going to be a blatantly Christmas palette, there needs to be green and red. I'm just saying. holiday palettes, if something's coming out for holiday, that's a little different. But if it's blatantly Christmas, we want a red. So this color in the top left, I made a little bit darker, again, just because it was kind of sad. I made this one blue down at the bottom, but I do end up changing it. I'm not super happy with the blue by the end, and I actually really like the palette that I came up with at the end. I think it's really cute. This one, what did I do with? Did I make it a more gold? Yes, I think I made it more of a gold, kind of go with the yellow. This I had a matte yellow and a golden yellow in it, and I feel like they both work well because there's a lot of yellow in Buddy's outfit, Buddy's costume. What's next? Oh, this I'm just spending a decent amount of time trying to fucking rearrange things. I didn't realize which layer I was on. There's a lot of just me moving things around here. It's nonsense, but I didn't feel like cutting it out because it's kind of funny, actually, that I'm not always the pro on Photoshop, just most of the time. Here I go, here I go, here I go. Am I almost done? Okay. So now I'm back to where I need to figure out what colors I want. So this pink on the left, I made it more of a red. I made it more of a shimmery red, a lighter one that would go really well with that bright, bright red in the bottom left. I like it. I feel like that red is not super common. And then this brown seemed a little out of place, so I made it into another green. Made it into another green, and I actually think that looks pretty dope. Not gonna lie. I think that looks good. These greens actually remind me a lot of the Menagerie palette that I have. And then this one I, again, changed into the dark red. I didn't like the dark blue anymore. I like the dark red. I feel like the parallel between the reds and the greens in here works really well. And then we have like the blue for a pop, and then the yellow for a pop, and then we got some neutrals. I feel like it matches way more of the theme. Like, that looks like Elf. That looks like Elf. That looks like Elf, okay? Like, the other palette didn't look like Elf. The other palette looked like whimsical and like festive. Not saying it didn't look festive, but it didn't look like Buddy the Elf. What's your favorite color? Ooh, I love syrup. And then he pours fucking bourbon into his coffee. Classic Will Ferrell movie. Classic. Yeah, those were all the palettes I wanted to look at and redesign today. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Apologies on the late upload. I just had a bunch of stuff going on, and we actually had a power outage at my house, so it's been a little bit like not wanting to get on the computer and plug in everything behind me while there's been like wind like crazy. For today's song of the day, let's see. Today's song of the day is You Can Get It by Arkells, because Josh was playing Forza, the new Forza game, the other day, and I actually really enjoy playing that game. I just like drive the car off cliffs. It's fun. Just like see how much I can wreck the fucking cars. I was listening to the music in it and I was like, oh, the music in this game is really fucking good. And someone on Twitter was like, hey, the theme for it, like the promo music is by Arkells, which is a Canadian band that I've actually seen before, and they're super fun live. And the song You Can Get It is like the official trailer song. So good. Oh my god, it's so good. It's so fun. It's so hype. I really like that band. I want to see them again. But again, Canadian bands touring in the United States is difficult for no goddamn reason. So yeah, You Can Get It by Arkells is your song of the day. I hope you guys have a good rest of your week. I should have Anti-Haul up Friday. I have to film it still. I haven't filmed it, but that's the goal for Friday. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you thought of these palette redesigns, and if you have any ideas for ones I can do next month, which will be for Vlogmas. So definitely leave me suggestions for palettes to redesign then, and I will keep a list. We'll do a big one next month. We'll do a big, I don't know, maybe like 6 or 7 palettes. We'll do a giant one. It'll be great. Thanks so much for watching, everyone. If you want to follow me on any of my other social medias, my Instagram, my Twitter, and my Twitch. Instagram and Twitter are Abers07, and Twitch is Abers without the 07. So you guys can follow me there if you want to follow me there. Give this video a like if you liked it, and subscribe if you're new here. And have a good rest of your week, y'all, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!